Hello friends and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about how to find farm as a support in this replay analysis. This is a Archon 3 Windranger 4. So this is actually a good example. This is a very common question about how to get gold and the classic case of how to rank up as a support. Oh, play someone who can scale, get farm, do all that stuff. Windranger is a great example of this. She's not terribly popular right now, but it's a pub, so it's whatever. So I'm going to speed forward through here for a bit. We're going to try to focus on getting gold more than like anything else. So other small mistakes we'll try to like speed through, otherwise we'll take forever, right? But while we're waiting through, I'm just going to let this go. Let's talk about sources of gold in the laning stage. There can be bounty runes. Those are pretty good. Can be hard to leave the lane for those, but those are a source of gold for supports. Kills and assists, I want to be a little careful about talking about those because those are very high risk, high reward sometimes. It's difficult to plan for kills, right? Simply get 3 kills every laning stage, you know? It's not so easy. It is like something that will happen in some games and not other games. I see you unblocking right now, so that's another source. Pulls. So you do a pull here or you do a pull here if you're 5, you farm the camp, right? 100 gold, 60 gold, great. What else? Stacking. So anytime you have a free moment, there's nothing else for you to do. Stacking adds a lot of gold for your team. You'll get some of the bonus gold when your team clears it. But more importantly, let's say you have a TA mid, right? So she goes, you go, oh, thanks, Windranger, thanks for the stacks. And you go, oh, thanks, TA. And you get to go mid. And you get like a full creep wave, maybe 2, right? So that's how you can get a lot of gold for yourself as well. I don't know if I mentioned warding and dewarding. That's not something you can like strictly focus on in the early game, but you may get some gold from there. And then the last thing I want to talk about are the last hits, right? So we're not trying to tilt out our cores, but range creeps, I think nowadays are pretty common for supports to go for, and cores understand it's not griefing. So that's one case, but there will be other cases that the more you play, it's easier to identify. You just know the offlaner can't get it, right? Maybe because he has to walk too far or he's distracted doing something else, so you just pick up the extra last hit here and there. I'm not saying like you need like 30 last hits by the end of laning stage, but just like 5 extra creeps is an extra like 100 or 200 gold, you know? And that's not that crazy. Like, I promise you, your cores are missing 5 last hits that potentially you could pick up. So this is how we kind of like inch our way forward. So let us go into the laning stage. We got some aggression. Okay, here's one example. Getting some good poking, but boars are pricey. Boars are worth a good amount of gold and XP. So maybe Undying could go for the last hit, but he's kind of low. I would probably opt for this boar last hit here rather than chase further for that Leshrac. Okay, but now, okay. I said I wouldn't do this, but you should really turn around and fight this Beastmaster who is chasing, like a creep wave is chasing him, and you're Undying. You're like walking up into like 5 creeps to hit a low health Leshrac, but this is like, look how much health you're losing for this. You lost over half your health. You're at 1/3 left because you came up here to hit him like 1 or 2 more times. This is a very bad... It's not the focus of the video, but it was a very bad time to fight. This Beastmaster, much better case. I think you might kill this Beastmaster, though. It looks like it worked out, and it did, but I think you can see how this was, you know, not optimal, and so sometimes this will work out. Other times you might be the one dying here, or Beastmaster just gets away and you're just stuck at like 1/3 health for nothing. So I'm not gonna... We're gonna try to force ourselves to not talk about this stuff, but I hope you can see what we're talking about there. Okay, this looks like a decent pull time. I don't have too many creeps though, and Undying doesn't clear the waves that well. If you can intentionally do a half pull, that'd be great. It worked out because Beastmaster also did a pull. I don't think he like sat there for any last hits though, which I think could have been okay to do. All right, let's keep an eye on low health creeps. Undying should be here for these last hits. Let's make sure we help secure that. Another one, right? Banner creeps are good enough that I think it's okay for you to also launch an attack just to like, one of us will get it. If you have enough confidence in your Undying, I guess it's fine. All right, choosing to play aggressive right here. Let's look at the creep equilibrium. We got a lot of enemy creeps, some getting low health, and only 2 of our creeps. So in terms of like times for aggression, this is already a bit questionable. based on creep equilibrium. But thinking about gold as well, this kill, probably the same amount as these creeps. So if you have to go too far for this kill, it's a high risk, high reward play. If you end up killing Leshrac, it might be okay. But if you just chase him forever and don't get a kill, and we just missed all the gold here, it would have been easier to just zone him away and then get this gold. So like around here is where I'm getting scared. If Leshrac has just run this way, you really won't kill him. And I see these creeps getting low. If he's not running away, he's not running away. It's close, right? It kind of looks like you're about to die, but maybe you guys will kill him first. Ah! Oh, we're gonna get a double kill out of this. Okay, so high risk, high reward, right? Look how many less creeps there are now. This one's also about to die, which maybe you could turn and get that last hit, you know, an extra one right there. That was about 150 gold that just disappeared in this lane, which in this case, it worked out decently because the fight only happened here and you got a double kill. But if Leshrac had kept running and then you guys overcommit and the fight like happens here, even if you get that double kill, you come back, all these creeps are probably dead, you know? Maybe you don't get a double kill, you just get one. You know, it's getting a little questionable. So if you always play the same way every game, when they work out, you're going to feel rich. When they don't work out, you're going to be like, why am I so poor this game? I'm doing the same stuff. It's because the stuff you're doing is kind of inherently, you know, not guaranteed. So some stuff you want to be a little more careful on. Okay, salving up. This is a good time to stack. They're dead. The lane's in like a decent spot. Stacking's good. We talked about it earlier, so I don't have to repeat it. But 200 gold here, potentially, if you stack both those camps for your TA. You didn't really do anything in this time all that much, right? Undying doesn't have Tombstone. It's not really time to be aggressive. Just let him farm near your tower. Or maybe after that kill, after you got that double kill, and you were salving. Let's say the timings were a little different. Maybe it's Bounty Rune time, right? I don't know if anyone's picked this up yet. That could be something good to go to. Going for a pull. Speed up again. I see Mirana here. I don't know if it's the time to play aggressive. It's 3v2. Rut-row. You're gonna be next. Alright, just let him die. You can... Okay, we got some Invis heroes, replay bugs. Are you really gonna kill someone here? Right? I look at their health. You can't see it on here, so look up here. All of these guys are very healthy. You should be in like full retreat mode right here. Undying, right? He's dead or alive. The most you can do is win run next to them to slow them. Other than that, just leave and walk this way. If you don't die here, there is chances to get gold, right? Whether that's creeps pushing in and you sap some XP and get a last hit or two, or maybe it's a stack time, maybe it's a rotation mid because you're alive. There are things you can do as long as you're alive. And you're full health, decent mana, you can do things. If you stay around too long like this, I mean, even if you live here, but you didn't, I mean, you'd be pretty low. So, like, ganking's off the table, playing aggressive is a little off the table. Here's what I was talking about. We're both dead, so goodbye, couple extra 100 gold. Both TP up here. If we're going to play aggressive, I guess it's fine. Would be good to take a look mid. Maybe I, like, overpowered your perspective. Maybe you did this. But I don't think I saw you take a look mid, see if there's a bottle refill, see if there's a Legion at like 100 health you can just power shot, check bottom, a 100 health Ricky you could power shot, right? There aren't, so in the end, like I think top's fine, but let's gather that information to make sure we're not missing opportunities for easy gold. Oh, there we go. Okay, another case of like, are we playing too aggressive? At this point, I would probably start turning around. You've missed Shackle Shot. Your other spells are on cooldown. So you could probably commit Tombstone, but if they don't stay to fight, you could maybe run down this position 5 Beastmaster, which is already weird, right? Leshrac should be good to go. What are we changing for it? See a lot of creeps. I see the banner creep. See the boar. Boar's worth money. And we're chasing pretty far. Leshrac sticking around, actually, so you do get the Shackle Shot, so I think this should be a kill now. But was this good play from you or bad play from Leshrac, right? I would say Leshrac deciding like, Yeah, 150 health. That's enough, right? I'd say it's more on him for turning around than it is for like, oh, this was a good chase. You know, this is like 4 or 5 creeps you guys just lost out on over there. That was almost the same value as Leshrac. What was Leshrac? Leshrac was 250 gold, you know? So there was a chance at 250 gold over here, or pretty much a guarantee of like at least 200 gold. With the banner creep and both of you here and all the last hits and the catapult, like, it's probably a little more than that, right? So this was a much more guaranteed play than this one. And in this game, okay, it worked out. In other games, Leshrac gets away, he doesn't turn around right, and you're like, why are we a little poor this game? I thought we were winning the lane. Or we're just watching creeps. Ugh! Where are they? We're watching creeps just walk by, right? There's another little play here. A quick, if you keep a track of this and you see this stuff going on, here, let's go look at that again. See this coming on? I don't know, Leshrac's low, but like, we don't have Tombstone. It's not the best time to play. So like, we got some sick damage on him, and then like, boop, pop over left, grab those creeps, come back. No Tombstone. Goodbye. That was 200 gold right there too. Maybe you just back off, get these creeps, go stack. Ganking TA, what the? All right. Kind of weird. What do we think we should do now? We had a mid ganking TA. It worked out. It is 7 minutes and 18 seconds, so potentially you could do a pull. You don't have to because they're dead, so you can just shove creeps in. That's fine too. It's not really time to stack, not really time for runes. I think now would be a good time to go place a deep ward, do some dewarding as well, check this cliff, and then place something in the jungle. Hey. Okay. I kind of get this because you're thinking about playing more aggressive on this tower. There is an observer here already though, so we're overlapping vision quite a lot. Also keep in mind there might be a hawk here seeing you. And like since Beastmaster's in the lane, this is where the hawks are most likely to be. I think this is a good time to go into the jungle because there's no guarantee you get to do this soon, right? The laning stage is starting to get to the ending point, right? Right now, everyone's in the lane, so it's totally safe to walk into the jungle, especially because you killed them. But past the laning stage, there might be heroes jungling, and as a support, usually the heroes jungling are potentially strong enough to kill you, especially if it's like a core like farming up, right? Well, actually, that's not always true. It depends on the matchups. But this is a good time to deep ward without ever getting spotted because no one's there because they're dead. They last 6 minutes, so this would last into like 13-ish minutes, right? And you're Archon, so you know the laning stage isn't going to go to like 20 minutes. It's going to end between 10 and 15 minutes. So this is really a hard metric to put on. Like, it's not going to reflect net worth to you, but when you put a deep ward, potentially that's a gank opportunity that you can go get a kill. Maybe you see people smoke and you avoid a death so you can play around it, right? It's hard to put a value on this, but it's valuable. And I think it's a really good time to do this. This like double ward here. I don't know. Maybe next time just put this ward back here and then you can put this ward in the jungle. So I think that would have been a good chance for a deep ward. And then maybe while you're there, you can then cycle in for the power rune. Or maybe after you do your deep ward, you go do a double stack. There's no catapult and undying. I think your catapult is alive in the jungle, actually. Okay, getting into the kill. Okay, going a little hard. Oh, calm down, undying. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, this guy's dead. That guy's dead. These creeps, not dead. I don't know what's happening here, right? But I don't think you're getting killed. I know that this is a very hard call to make, so maybe I'm being too harsh on this, but I don't know what's happening here. I don't want to help with it, though. I want this 100 gold I see right here. We should put up net worth so we can see how well you're doing in that front. I mean, not doing bad right now because you've gotten these kills. If you play this way and don't get kills, though, your net worth is going to be significantly lower. We just kill this boar. Ah. Stack time. No tombstone, no flesh golem. Not a great time to get kills. He needs a couple chances to like build up decay. 844. 200 gold, baby. Extra gold here when TA goes to farm them. So, stacking there. Okay, let's speed up through the laning stage. I think we've hit quite a few examples of this. Let's move into like the mid-late game. All right. I say that. I know it's 2v1. No tombstone, no flesh golem. Leshrak's really fast. You guys are playing aggressive into like 6 creeps. And it worked out. But damn, it almost didn't work out. You know, like if you guys got stuck in the creeps, you got juked around one tree this way or that, you guys got what? A little over 300 gold for this kill. That amount of creeps was worth that much money. You guys almost fed like 500 gold to the Leshrak. So going back to that like guaranteed gold versus high risk, high reward, you guys lost a massive amount of health. So even though you're now getting this gold after the kill, you probably won't be able to do anything. You probably have to go home now. Undying might be able to heal up with Soul Ring and Soul Rip, but Soul Rip level 1, gonna use a lot of mana to do that. So we're not gonna have another opportunity. Whereas maybe if we had our spells, we secure all these creeps. No loss in health, right? Pretty easy to kill creeps at this stage. Still have all our mana and resources. You know, maybe a little less from farming, whatever. And then you have flesh, or you have tombstone, maybe flesh golem, and it's more straightforward to get the kill. You don't lose all your health. Then you can actually do something with that kill. This is a very aggressive kill. It looks like you are gonna go home. Ah, he's dead because why? He lost all its all on my Leshrak. If he's at full health, he doesn't die to duel. Okay, you are checking this time. I like that a lot more. And you know what? I mess up too. I don't check every time, so I've come down here. Oh, 9 came down too. And oh no, not Ricky. Ricky's the enemy. Juggernaut. I feel like we just gave the lane away to Leshrak. I feel like you guys, you know, did successfully kill him, which, by the way, let's point out, for all your kills, you guys missed so many last hits. Look, where is his last hits? You know, we're like down here in terms of last hits. You guys could be higher. This is what you got for like all the kills in your lane. So, chasing a ton of kills is not always worth it, right? But yeah, we did all that, and then we're just like, peace, dude. See ya. You're probably gonna lose your tower here, actually. So I don't know. You going bottom is kind of okay. You and the 9 going bottom is like the issue. RIP tower. And so like, I don't know if this is fully in your control. I don't know if it's fair to say. Hey, nice gank mid, by the way. But yeah, we can see your team losing a lot of gold up here. I think your TP was okay, but like Undying coming too is kind of eh. But I guess the question is like, should we be making that aggressive play down here? I mean, like, what would it really have cost us? I'm not gonna go back because otherwise we're gonna extend this video even further out again. But like, I think maybe you just keep coming top with Undying. I think it would have been safer and dynamically for your team, right? What do we really get out of this 4-man rotation bottom? A Ricky kill. And now we move to kill Legion. But I mean, that works this way too if you push out top and then come mid. So really just that Ricky kill. In exchange, we lost the tower. And we lost all our advantage top. You know, Leshrak. He just passed you. Oh, there's a lot of gold here though. Stealing stacks, that's great. Come help her zone out this Mirana. But Legion's about to respawn, so be a little careful. Okay, I think we spent too long here. This would have been a good time. But yeah, now there's too much going on here. You have to be very careful with invading, and if you're going to do it, you got to do it fast. I do like the idea, though. There are a lot of stacks there. Let's go back. Have Undying. We already lost top at this point, so, like, whatever. Bring top, or bring Undying, TA. Let's go smoke in there. Tombstone, steal all the stacks. I think that would be a good play. Mid stuff, that's good. Be careful with your power shots, though, because we need our mana to keep playing aggressive. Now we have no mana. Okay, you bought another clarity though. That's good. Oh. Yo, get the smoke in. We've got the people. Oh, Rubik smoked. Okay, this is a little too soon. You need TA. Don't go bottom. There's money here. Money. Guaranteed money. Chasing a Ricky? Who's got smoke? Who's got dust? Okay, Rubik has dust. If this guy goes invis, just stops pushing and goes invis here, this is a very tough kill. Unlikely to have. You get to walk in here and TP out. No one else showing on his map. Let me show you his team's perspective. Okay, turns out they even saw you smoke. But outside of that, let's pretend you don't have this area. There's just a TA pushing mid. And there's no one else in the game. So his team should just be very careful right now. Looks like there are still creeps to steal here. So we should have come in here with the tombstone, with everything. You steal this, or it's already been farmed. No big deal. We'll just go finish mid, and then we'll invade this jungle afterwards. Bottom is like not the place to be. This is the second like team movement bottom that you don't really want. Ricky's worth 400 goldish. That was this hard stack was worth like 500 gold. Okay. What the heck is going on down here, guys? Ugh, this isn't you. All right, we're not going to talk about it. What you're doing is good, though, in terms of... This is unfortunate. What you're doing is good in terms of getting gold. I don't think you should be diving with your team. I would keep an eye on top and mid. Top especially, because that's where I want your team to be. So the more people you bring up there, maybe your team will feel more confident pushing up there, too. So I think you going up there would be good. And if your team doesn't go up and the enemy team doesn't go up, then you get the tower. You know, you get tower damage. If the enemy team does go up, great. You are bringing enemy rotations as a position 4 up to you, so that as your team dives tier 2s, there's less people to rotate and help out. So in that way, you're helping them too, and then you can TP down here and run in if you really have to. Okay, smoke moving up here. Nice. Bro. Or girl. I don't know. This ward. Let's talk about this. Alright. You killed Legion, and actually I was going to say, if you're not needed for the tower push, so actually let's go back to that. Let's go back to the Legion kill. A little further back. Okay, so you just killed Legion. Let's take a look at the minimap. There's a Beastmaster here, and a Ricky mid. So there's 2 heroes left. There's Leshrac and there's Mirana. That's a little scary, but I'm willing to take that risk and possibly come in here or get ready to go in there, you know? So let's like set up, wait for the team to take this tower and then push in as a team. I'm okay with waiting for that too. But we're going to do that, whether it's a risk now. And if I saw like Leshrac down here, I would definitely be willing to risk walking up there on my own. But if we don't see it like this case, or more heroes are missing, even like Beastmaster or Ricky aren't showing, then I would definitely wait with my team. But we're going in there is my hope and dream. So this is very sad because you do have one more, but like I'd rather put 2 deep wards in here, like one here and one like here, right? It's not easy to push into this part of the enemy's team's map. It's pretty scary. It's a lot less scary when you have 4 enemy heroes or 4 ally heroes together here with Legion dead and vision, or at least previous information that heroes were here. We do have to start being careful because they disappeared. But like, this is the time to go in there and do this. This, you can place this now on your own. Now that this tower's down, it's not that hard to get into this area on your own, even without a lot of information. So that's not the time to be like putting that. So here's one, like this spot's fine. Cool. Great time to put that second deep ward somewhere like back here, you know? Or like over here somewhere. De-ward this and then put the ward there. That's fine too. Okay, backing up your team's fine. You can maybe be poking at like the hard camp while you're waiting, but you don't have to. Go power shot that hawk. That hawk's worth money. We're starting to play pretty aggressive. I don't know if Legion TP'd down here or not. She did recently kill Juggernaut, but like without Legion, you're still like there's other heroes here. We're kind of getting into the tier 2 area. I'm getting a little scared. All right, cool. Oh, cool. You got even more observers. So in the end, you still place like the wards I wanted you to place, but you also place this one. You can kind of see how this is a little excessive, right? There's a lot of information top, especially considering that you just killed this tier 2, so there's actually less reason to be up here. Well, Roche is an opportunity. So in that sense, it is kind of okay. For a different draft, though, I don't know if you're doing this just because of this game. So actually, I'll clarify. If that's all, if you're playing this way because you have a TA and Undying, you're like, oh, Roche, the next objective, tons of vision top, then I'm down for it. Though I would say this vision for the top push and the top Undying or Roshan, not really necessary. But otherwise, in another game where you don't have this kind of opportunity and you're still like trying to build up an advantage, it'd be nice to have like some kind of defensive ward or aggressive ward in this area rather than this one back here. Chasing a position 5 Beastmaster a lot. Team probably should have just done Roshan there. Your team should also walk up high ground before killing that observer. I think TA attacked from the low ground. Whoa. Whoa. Alright, this isn't your fault. Undying should be on this side. Because of that, you guys are like running over. So this is where you got to cut your losses. Arrow over here. You can't run this way, right? You're just going to die next. You have to run this way. But frankly, he's probably dead. Like, as multiple heroes show, and it's not just a stray arrow, like, this fight's over. Your team took it poorly. Cut your losses. Leave Undying. You come top. You farm the top lane. Here's more gold for you. You farm through this jungle as you run away. You have full mana, pretty much. Power shot, farm as you go. If you end up dying here, which you did, we're just not going to get anything, right? We're going to lose gold. We're going to not get gold. Just let that Undying go, and then you can farm more. It's okay to cut losses. I don't know how long this game is. Oh, looks like another 10 minutes. This is not the worst timing in the world. I missed something going on, huh? All right. Kind of working out. I'd probably just go Roche if I was your team. I think Roche would be the better objective and get you more in the long term. This fight did work out at least. Oh, we weren't looking at you. My bad. I don't know if you need the medallion, by the way. I think Blink or the Shard is still good. Even though you have a TA, but like... Well, actually, it looks like it's paying off there, huh? I don't know. Actually, I guess the medallion's okay. But is that why you pick Wind? I thought you, like... Isn't the Shard the Blink? I don't play that much Windranger support, so I don't know. I got distracted thinking about the build. I'm not sure if you should have gone there. We're not going to go back. Okay, you guys got to be careful because your team is showing bottom, so you can't be up here like this. Yeah. Yeah. You want to be aware when your team is giving away information, coming down here, reveals information. It means any play the enemy makes is good in this area. So they can all just rush in. And you don't want to give them these free kills. Now that you're dead again, you can't get gold, right? So although this is more of a read the map kind of thing, if you cut this death out, you're free to just like farm a hard camp, small camp, wherever you can safely. You're free to like walk up here, shove this out for your team. As we enter like the mid to late game, I think we've covered enough opportunities where we could easily bump up your gold by like 1,000. Probably should just wait for everyone. Oh. Okay, kind of snowballing this into the enemy's hand. You guys really just need to like chill a little bit. That's not like a fully individual decision to make. All right, let's say you smoked out here. Talk about this. Haven't dealt with this yet, so here's some gold you could get if you're just auto-attacking those. Maybe your team feels like they're doing Roshan. Maybe that's what the rush is. It's going to be extremely telegraphed, though, without dealing with these waves. At least this wave. I know it's like, oh, they're doing Roshan, we need to fight. I guess the bigger question, like, should we fight? Which, you know, should have been the last video that no one watched. If they know you're coming, do you believe you can stop Rosh? I guess the question I want to ask you. With no vision here, and since you lost several fights, you can assume that they've had time to ward here if they want to ward. So, telegraphing we're going because no one's dealing with this. Potentially into enemy vision. And assuming they're doing Rosh, and not seeing enemy heroes anywhere else, they're all here. Does this seem like a fight we can win, considering we've lost the last couple fights and we gave them a ton of gold back to back to back? I would say it's pretty dangerous, and you need to like go in order. I would say, frankly, going up here is extremely dangerous right now, let alone like all the way through to Roshan. Like, I was gonna say before I saw you smoke and like start going here, like, hey, we need to push this out and then move as a team just to get control of this area back. And get a ward up or something, and de-ward at least. Like, they could all be here waiting to kill anyone. So your whole team has to be very careful. That's kind of why you can't even go to Roshan without going through a nether path, or without, like, all being together, which you're currently not. Like, TA, one of your highest net worth heroes, is, like, in the fountain. Turns out they're not here, so the high risk ends up being mitigated, right? But it could have been pretty bad. Oh, there they are. Right, so, that's not the point of the video, but that's just, like, positioning. Alright, I see this game snowballing out of control, and I feel like we've answered the question enough. So I think we're going to start ending here. It's not really going to change going forward from here. This is more like, I'm not interested in solo farming as much as I am, like, trying to take good fights for my team. It's like positioning again. All right, so the enemies are over here. We're trying to get Leshrac, but it's like you and Rubik. You're not going to kill Leshrac, you know? So just like poke him down safely, knowing that the enemy's here and they have blinks and they have jumps innate on the build. They have hawks to potentially provide vision. You're less likely to be spotted down here than here, and less likely to get caught here than here, or even here, right? Just power shot this stuff. This is, again, where you have to recognize we're going to take losses, and we just can't give more than we need to. So when you try to, like, aggressively defend like this, it's kind of high risk. Overusing that phrase a lot, but, like, I don't know. You can kind of see what happens, right? This is the risk getting to us. Let's say she doesn't come in, right? You got the Bloodstone, top net worth Leshrac. Are you going to kill him on your own with, like, the two supports? You know, Undying came in, he took tower shots, and he still walked away. That's kind of what I'm talking about when I say, like, snowball losses. Which affects you and the whole team. So, I think... we're pretty close to the end. I guess we'll just keep going. Let's finish it off. Top probably could have been pushed a little further. You could have done that maybe before you guys make the smoke play into no vision. All right, we're gonna wrap up actually. Let me just tell you guys. So when you have very little vision like this in this current state of the game, you have to be very careful with what you do. Blind smokes into the night is not the play. So you got to push out lanes safely as possible. Defensive wards like this will help you to know when they're like coming in through this. So you push out the lanes. The lanes will push up. Eventually, someone will show up to farm. Here, here, here. Someone on the enemy team will reveal themselves. And that will give you enough information to go somewhere else, depending on what hero is showing. So, like, if a Legion shows here and no other enemy heroes, I don't want to go to the Legion because there could be 5 heroes there. But if I go somewhere else, up top, for example, then at most there are 4 heroes minus the Legion, who is super scary. If I see, like, a support here, maybe, depending how fast we can kill that support, I might be willing to go there. But you got to think from their perspective. If a support is willing to push us out in a kind of a dangerous spot, then they might have backup near them. So we still got to be a little careful. Might still want to go somewhere else. But considering that it's a support and they're weak, I'm more willing to take the bet that, like, oh, they're not rallied around this support versus they're all rallied around a core Legion, you know? So you don't want to take these, like, blind smokes. You just want to push out the lanes further to get yourselves gold and to get yourselves information. And then you might be able to find something like this. To find a winning fight, rather than just like blindly run into people and then it doesn't work out. Okay, so that's it. I hope that helped you. Even towards the end, it started getting really messy, right? But up to like 10, 20 minutes, I hope we talked through enough examples to show how you could be higher net worth easily, like 1,000 to 2,000 gold more. As you get into like some losing fights with the team, like that's harder to control yourself, but when you do cut your losses, you can find ways to make gold. And if you're rich, you can kind of make up for like the poor positioning of teammates and stuff, right? So like, for example, this undying dying here, right? So you should come over here, get yourself like a couple hundred gold as you like move through here, get your team map control by like pushing in this top wave. You know, all of that is worth a lot more than trying to take a really tough fight to try to save an undying who has been stunned in 4 heroes, you know? So just cut your losses. And it'll really stop the snowball effect, right? Off that fight, you guys lost a ton. But if you lose Undying, it's not the end of the world, especially if you, like, still manage to get farm and push out lanes and stuff like that. Like, you'll still be fine. You just got to regroup. You lose 4 heroes, though. That is very momentum changing, right? So hopefully that helps. Let me know. Yeah, I got nothing else to say. Thanks for watching. Bye.